Welcome back to the channel. We're back here for another video. This is a special video. This is a review of the Aventon Aventure. And to help us with this review and to give his thoughts on the bike is my friend David back with us. Hi again, David.
How you doing?
Good.
Very good.
Give us your rundown on what you think of the Aventure and what your deal with it.
I really like the bikes. So right now you see the step through version in the color they call Southern Cal Sand, SoCal Sand. And of course the bike that I rode on the bike ride with Mark, this is camo green, and this is the step over version. Now in the step over version, they make 3 different sizes. They make a small, medium, and large frame. This is the medium. Step through, they make this in 2 frame sizes, small, medium, and medium large. This is a small medium. Now, even though I have a bigger bike, I can actually ride this bike without any problems with just a little bit of seat adjustment. Now, I really like these bikes. Now, when we're talking fat tire, what are we talking about? Basically, we're talking about, this is basically entry-level bikes. So these are sub $2,000 bikes, fat tire, 26 by 4-inch tires. And as you can see, these have the Kenda tires with the, it's got a pretty rough thread on it, but it really rides smooth. The bike weighs about 73 pounds. We'll start off at the front end. We have metal fenders. Now a lot of the bikes out here in this type of bike, they'll have plastic fenders. I don't have any preference as one or the other. This bike came with the metal fenders. And as you can see, we got front shocks with 80 millimeters of travel. So that's not so bad. And they also have a lockout. So you can actually lock them out and stiffen them up. This bike is Bluetooth capable. So right now I have my phone hooked up to the app, and as you can see, Mark, you can look there, and that's giving you a little bit of history of my bike. Take a look at that top speed, guys. Now this bike, it comes as a class 2 bike, and as far as I know, as far as class 2, you're talking about a 750 watt motor, throttle up to 20. This bike is only going to throttle up to 20. So if you're looking for something that's going to throttle more than 20, this is like I said, this is only going to throttle to 20, but that's plenty. You can go into the app and you can unlock the bike, which I did. Now I can get 28, 30 miles per hour. Got any questions, Mark?
What about the battery size?
The battery size is it's a 48 volt 15 amp hour lithium ion battery, so that's going to give you 720 watt hours. So that's going to easily get you a solid day's ride, and probably a little bit into the second day before you have to charge the battery. It also comes with a 48 volt charger, 3 amp 48 volt charger. So this bike is going to charge in for less than 5 hours. At least that's what I've experienced.
What about our brakes? What do we got?
I like the fact that these bikes have hydraulic disc brakes. you got to remember, guys and gals, these are heavy bikes. And I'm 64 years old. So if I can pedal this bike to 28, 30 miles an hour, just imagine what maybe a younger guy or gal can do. So I'm really happy with the bike as far as that. I don't really need any more speed out of that. And of course, my wife and daughter, they're not looking for anything over what it's going to do out of the box, which is, you got to remember that 20 miles is a pretty good clip. 20 miles an hour is a pretty good clip on a bike that's weighing just under 75 pounds.
Okay, let's talk about the seat. What's the differences here? I see two different seats. What
Yeah.
do we got going here?
Yeah, this is the factory seat. This is the factory Aventon seat that's shipped with the bike. Now, me, of course, I've been looking, of course, Amazon and everything, and they got all kind of bike accessories. So you can see as I got an aftermarket seat, which is made by an outfit called Cloud9, and they make some really nice seats. I got aftermarket handle grips, as you can see those, and then just a little mirror to on the car side to give me a little bit of just a little bit more protection that way.
And the pedals on this bike are not the...
Those are not the, those are aftermarket pedals. These are the pedals that are shipped with the bike.
Gotcha.
Yes. As you can see, on my bike, I have the light on, so you can see the tail light is kind of integrated in the frame. I think it would have been nice, Mark, if they would have included another tail light on the other side.
Yeah,
that would have been awesome.
Yeah, I don't know why they would only have one, and
yeah.
maybe put signal lights while they're at it.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree. And also the front headlight, it's small, but it puts out a pretty bright light.
Okay.
Now going back to the hydraulic brakes, you can look at my bike and you can see I have Tektro hydraulic brakes.
There we go.
When my daughter's bike was shipped, she has Zoom, which I actually like the look of the Zoom a little better because I kind of like the red accent. You can see them on the disc there on the front and rear.
Right. What about pedal assist? How many levels do you have on
You got 5 levels of pedal assist. Now that's where you unlock the bike. It's this particular bike, because you're only going to get 20 miles per hour on throttle, which is nice, level ground and everything. But as you start going uphill, you're gonna throttle is just not going to get you up the hill. So it's just a matter of getting to know the bike and being smooth in your gearing and everything. With those 5 levels of pedal assist, that motor really kicks in your 3rd, 4th, and 5th gear. So as I'm approaching a hill, I can see the hill coming. I can get my speed regulated to where I'm 20, 25 going up the hill. Yes, I'll lose a little bit of speed, but I'm able to back my gearing down, so I'm able to still keep a smooth pedal, and I'm still 15, 18 miles per hour as I'm getting up the hill. Okay,
and I can't help but notice your bike has a rack. And
yes.
On this bike, I'm not seeing a rack. What's the situation with the rack?
This rack is made by Aventon for this particular bike. Now, depending on when you buy the bike, what type of specials they're offering. With my daughter's bike, she was able to have an option, I think, between a bike helmet and a combination cable and one of those heavy U-bolt locks.
Gotcha.
So she chose the lock set. And guys and gals, let me tell you, if you're going to walk away from your bike, one lock is not enough. You got to at least have 2 locks, maybe even 3. You might not stop them, but you're able to slow them down. And they might create enough racket that somebody might be able to scare them off. But yeah, one lock is just not going to work for these bikes.
Okay, something else, I see a bottle holder here on this bike, and
Yeah.
I don't see one on your bike.
Yeah, that's just something I've been meaning to get. You know, you can easily buy something and you get it, say, this isn't the right thing, and you can end up with 2 or 3 of the same thing. So I'm just trying to wait and see and get the right one that's going to work for me.
Okay, so that's an accessory you can
that's
get
an accessory.
right from Aventon's
Yes.
website, I assume.
And another thing I like to mention is all 750 watt motors are not the same. Now, a lot of bike companies will advertise their motors as being 750 watts. Sometimes they're not 750 watts, but they're close enough that they can kind of fudge it and they'll say it's a 750 watt motor. Other e-bike companies will advertise a 750 watt motor, but that's the peak output. So it's not really running 750 watts all the time. One thing I like about these guys, they provide a 750 watt sustained. That's 750 watt sustained power. And on top of that, this motor peaks at 1130. So you're just going to get that little extra oomph.
Possibly getting you up the hill.
Yeah, possibly get me up the hill.
That's important for us here in the state of Oregon.
Yeah, and there's a big debate out there, Mark, and you'll probably agree about the thumb throttle or the motorcycle type twist throttle.
Right.
That's a big one.
This is your throttle right there.
These bikes come with thumb throttle.
Yeah, for me, I would have a hard time getting used to thumb throttle. First of all, I've ridden a 3-wheel
Sure.
motor, like a 3-wheeler bike, gas powered, and it was thumb throttle, but I don't think I've ever had one on the left side, so that would be a little different.
And for us, being this is our first e-bikes, it's kind of a non-issue for us. My wife and daughter have not complained after a long ride and said, man, I got a really sore thumb, you know. So it's really a non-issue. It really is, because you're only throttling until it reaches 20. There's no need of holding on to the thumbing it. It's only going to limit at 20.
Right.
So now you're coasted.
Yeah.
You coasted back down 15, 14, 12. Now you can run it back up. So it's not a continuous, you're not 10 miles of throttle.
No.
You're basically, if you're pedaling, you're not throttling at all.
So in wrapping this up, are there some things that you'd like to see improved on the next one, or are you pretty happy with what you've got?
For the most part, I'm not really too happy as far as charging, you know, because the rotation of the plug has to be just right, correct to match up. So that's why, for me personally, I take the batteries off the bikes. So let me see if we can go ahead and I'll just take a battery off here really quick, Mark, if I got the key here, and we'll see what we got here. There it is. Now there's the battery, and that's how easy it comes out. Now, because of the fact that the battery is integrated into the frame like it is, it makes it so nice. So as you can see, that bottom prong is a smaller, the other two are matching. So you got to have that thing in the right location. Now, if you're at the garage and you're leaning over, and you're in the garage and you don't have the correct light, you could be spinning that thing in there, forcing it, and you could possibly do some damage. That's one of the things I would like to see improved, but definitely not a game breaker.
No.
Now, to put this thing back in, just slide it in there.
Snaps right in.
And snap right in.
Pretty good there.
Now she's all ready to go.
So besides the battery, is there anything else?
The battery, if they would have just maybe integrated that rear light in on the other side of the frame, but this makes sense because it's on the traffic side. But if you get bags and accessories over here, now you stand a chance of covering your brake light.
Okay, and one more thing I just noticed I was going to mention is the hand grips. So are these the standard stock?
Those are the standard factory hand grips, and they are rubber. They're really nice. They're really nice.
Yeah,
there's
they have
nothing wrong. I just changed mine because I seen them on Amazon and they were green, and they're not necessarily matching my bike, but they were close enough green, and I just wanted to try something different. So, and they're easy to interchange, so I can always put the original ones on if I get tired of those.
So that's a look at the Aventon Aventure. We covered most everything, I believe.
And of course, and we're not professionals or anything like that, but this is kind of just my opinion and as the bit of homework that I've done on this bike. And of course, I like the bikes because now we have 3 of them. So
in closing, what would you say to somebody that's wanting to buy this bike that might be a little bit older? I mean, we're not spring chickens ourselves, but I'm saying, like, say somebody's a little bit older and they've got, you know, anxiety toward buying one. They're not sure. What would you say to that?
Well, guys, I'm 64, and I got bad knees. And when I first started riding my bike, I was just basically throttle only. My legs were stiff and everything, and it just took a while for me to kind of work it out and kind of loosen things up. Now I'm to the point where I'm going from 90% throttling to 90% pedaling. And like I say, I'm an older guy. I'm 64. If you are looking at maybe knee or hip problems or anything, I would recommend the step through. But don't let that be a deterrent. And this isn't like riding bikes when we were a kid. This is a whole new level of bicycle. So I have a lot of respect for this bike. This is a big bike, and I'm basically just trying to pilot this thing and not let us just kind of stay a little bit ahead of the bike and don't let the bike get ahead of me. So yeah, I don't let something like maybe a bad hip or a bad knee, or you haven't ridden a bike in 20 years or anything, don't let that deter you. And the thing about it is so many e-bikes out there, right, Mark? So you're going to find something to your liking.
Yeah.
And these guys, Aventon, they make not only fat tire bikes, they make regular e-bikes in the smaller tires. They make the foldable bikes if you're looking for a bike where you want to be a little bit more, have a little bit more portability. So they make a line of e-bikes. So if you're interested, take a look at these guys. They got some pretty nice bikes out there, and they've been around for a while.
Okay, and I want to point out so that people don't take this the wrong way, we're not in any way affiliated with Aventon.
No,
this is just an opinion on someone who has recently purchased a bike and giving his review on basically his review on the bike. And you've been riding now, you've had your bike since what did you say?
I got my bike August 7th.
Okay, so we're talking what, 7 weeks?
About
probably
7 weeks.
7 weeks, so it's not that long, but you've had enough time, and you've probably put close to 300 miles.
I'm getting close to 300 miles, and what's really nice about these particular bikes is there is a local dealer in our area that service these bikes and sell. It's sales and service on these particular bikes. So when I get to 300 miles, I'll take my bike in, and they will basically kind of take it apart, make some adjustments and everything, and kind of retune it. And I'm looking forward to getting that 300 miles and getting it in for them to do that 300-mile tune-up, and it'll be just like a brand new bike again.
Perfect. Well, David, that brings us to the end of this video. I gotta thank you.
Very good, man.
Good job.
Yeah, it is.
Nice review on the bike.
Yeah, cool.
And we'll look forward to getting out there riding very shortly, you and I again. So look forward to that coming up on the channel. And once again, thank you to David for taking us on a tour of the Aventon Aventure.
Guys,
got to get that right.
Yes, guys and gals, get out there and experience the e-bike. There's a lot of trails in our area, right, Mark?
There is.
And that, so yeah, you can, it's a lot of fun getting out in the fresh air and everything, so.
All right, so once again, thank you, David.
Thank you,
for
Mark.
coming on, and thanks to everyone for watching another video. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, the like button, and make your comments down below. And we'll look forward to talking to you again here on Oregon E-Biker Mark. Until then, take care.